All right, I got the low shot today. But yeah, we got lift tails. That's where we're gonna dive into pretty in depthly here. Lift tails, and how they pair with the three smallest HA wings from lift. That'd be the 170, 120, and 90. I got all the tails that I ever use here. There's more lift tails and tails obviously out there. Haven't tried them all, so this doesn't mean it's the end all be all, but this is just what I find that I like with each particular wing. So we'll start with which tails I have here. This one that I'm swinging around here is the 25 Glide. They have two Glide series, the 32 and the 25. I really only use the 25 with these wings. Yeah, it's a 0 degree. Obviously the lift stuff's all blended in, so what if they build in any angle of attack or not, that's what you're stuck with. So this is a 0 degree tail here. It's a little bit longer of a fuse, and then its sibling here is a Carve tail. They have two sizes in the Carve tails. They got the 26 here and the 33 here. This 26 I broke the wingtip off of, so I just chopped it. I haven't actually tried that yet, so we'll see how that goes. Maybe I ruined it. Maybe I unlocked something. Who knows? But yeah, they have two sizes. These are a little bit shorter of a fuselage when compared to the Glide series, and they have a little angle of attack built in. I believe it is a 1 degree angle of attack, but if I'm wrong, I'll put a little correction in there. Those are the three lift tails that I ride with the lift stuff. Then I also ride Takuma tails every once in a while. These are both on some aftermarket lift adapters, tail adapters. This is a stringy one in my left hand here, and this is a foil parts one over here. It's a 158 tail and the 178 tail. I ride them with no shim in them at all, but I know people that do like to put a little shim in them, and that's something that you're going to have to figure out on your own if you decide that you want to go this route. That's trial and error. That's such a personal preference little feel game that it's hard to say which is better, which is not. But yeah, so the 158 and the 178 are the other two options that I ride here. Okay, let's start with the 26 Carve here. I ride this tail stock with the 90, which is this little HA here, all the time. It is just such a fast turner. It rips, it rolls really well, it feels really comfortable throughout turns, doesn't give any weird feedback. It's a really solid combo. Definitely my favorite combo that exists for wave riding would be the 90 and the 26. And you'd be shocked on how small of waves you can make that thing work in. It's pretty dang impressive. We're at Waterfront Park today, which is a very flat spot. So if I go out today, I'll probably ride the 25 Glide. That's this thing. It's a little bit longer of a fuselage, so it's a little more stable at speeds. It's a 0 degree, so it's faster. It feels a lot faster to me. And maybe it's a shorter fuselage, and maybe it's just because I'm comfortable on a more comfortable on a longer fuselage and able to push it a little bit harder, which is why this one seems faster. But it does. Who knows if maybe it actually is or not, but it feels that way to me. This tail I ride with all of these foils, depending on what I'm doing. It's really great, in lighter wind days on the SUP and the 170. It just turns that 170 into like one of the gladiest foils I've ever ridden. On the 120, it just gives me a little bit. It's kind of like an in-betweener tail depending on the conditions, but for winging and for some supping, the 25 Glide's a good option for that as well. let's see here. The 33 Carve I only really use on the 170, but it is a great option to be paired with the 122. It allows the 120 to be a really quick turning wing, and in the bigger waves allows for, you know, a little bit more stability, a little more pitch control, and a little more to push off of through the turns, and it just slows everything down a little bit. So if you're maybe you have a 26 and you feel like it's a lot to manage on the 120 in some bigger conditions, I think the 33 is a really cool call for that. I love the 33 and the 170 for subfoiling right now. I'm a relatively beginner subfoiler, so where I'm at, that's my favorite combo at the moment. It's pretty much the only one I ever use. So let's talk about the Takuma ones quickly. Pretty much I think both of the Takuma offerings are just, you know, an in-betweener between where the Glide series fits and where the Carve series fits, and that might be a personal preference thing. Like for me, the 158's a really fun tail. If I'm gonna, you know, let's say ride here and go and rip around in the flat water and then go play in the waves across the river at the bridge over there, it's turny and it's fast. The stall speed though is noticeably worse with the Takuma tails, opposed to the lift tails, so I feel like I have to ride a little bit juiced up to really get the maximum performance out of these Takuma tails. But yeah, no, that's the lift rundown. It's a lot of talking, so let's throw in some riding here, and we'll let you know how the Chop 26 goes. I'm kind of curious about it. Haven't actually tried it yet, so let you know how that goes. But yeah, cheers guys, thanks for tuning in.